Hey guys, it's Victoria, and I wanted to update you on my day, how my day fully raw vegan went. And it's actually pretty interesting because I have gone raw enough times now that I do feel the difference and I kind of know what to expect and all. And when I went raw the first couple of times, like I didn't notice the changes really because they're very subtle at first and then they kind of build and it becomes cumulative, and by the second week you're feeling great, but up to that point you're kind of like, oh, I'm not really sure what's happening. But now I've kind of like recognized these subtle signs because every single time I try to have like a fully raw day, they happen just like that. So another kind of interesting thing is I was really scared to go fully raw this time around because as soon as I started thinking about it, this like fear just started coming up. And the fear was about having, like, you don't realize it, but when you eat cooked food, you are kind of like depressing yourself. You're kind of putting yourself in this relaxed, like, state where it's kind of similar to just you just had like some comfort food and you just like pig out and watch Netflix, and it's kind of this great feeling, of just being like, oh, this is like amazing. I'm just like lying on this couch in my sweatpants, eating like this food, and I feel really like gross, but it also feel really good because I'm just like, I don't care about anything right now. I just want to like lie here. So basically, every time I eat cooked food, like I basically have a miniature version of that feeling. It's just like you eat dinner, you're like, oh, okay, I'm done for the day. But when you eat raw food, you never get that feeling. So you're kind of always like this really light feeling, and you're really alert. And you never get to feel this feeling of just like, let me just be like a gross person and just like lie here and relax. Like you never get that feeling. So it's kind of scary because it's like your energy just rises and rises like a balloon, like sailing out of control. So as soon as I thought about going raw, I kind of had that fear. And I'm like, this isn't going to be good. Like, I'm really scared. And the first many times I tried to go raw, like, I didn't have that fear because I didn't totally, like, grasp that effect. Anyway, I just decided to do it anyway, and, yesterday was so interesting because, like, at dinner time, I just ate like a salad, and I ate like a salad for the first time in a really long time. And I just noticed that I was eating dinner, but I was like so mentally alert, and I was just so like present, and I didn't even realize that the dinner, my cooked food meals had been having this effect on me that was just kind of like deadening me. So I was just sitting there eating. I'm just like, I'm awake. It was weird, but I'm like, I kind of like this. This is great. Like, you just have so much more mental energy, as they say. Basically, like, you're not just ever feeling, like, tired and gross, and you just forget that you're feeling that way to begin with. But anyway, I just wanted to talk to you guys about something else really crazy that happened, like, just now, basically. Which is that when I woke up this morning, I was feeling really emotional. And I know that that's detox because that's like very common. And I felt that like a lot when I first went raw. Like all of a sudden you start feeling like these feelings just sort of rising. And it's kind of cool. Like I remember the last time that happened on day one, I felt really angry. And I was sleeping with my ex-boyfriend in bed with him. And I remember I just like grabbed him. Like a murderer basically, but not really. But you know what I mean? As I was so angry, and I was just like, where is this coming from? Then I realized, I'm like, oh god, like, whoa, sorry, you know what I mean? But it's just like this feeling just arose in me, and then I knew, like, that is what happens when you go raw. Basically all of these emotions that you've suppressed start coming up. And today I was just feeling like sadness, so much sadness. And I thought I was doing like very good in my life. Like I was just feeling really happy. I've just moved into this great new place and I've just been feeling like really good about my life. But I didn't realize that I had kind of like suppressed my true disappointment. And like the reason I was feeling good is because I was just kind of like, I'm okay with it. But deep down, I'm not. And so going raw, it like gets you in touch with your true feelings again. And it's scary, but at the same time, it's like your feelings are your deepest beliefs and dreams and desires and your realist thoughts, basically, about life. Like, let's say you meet like some guy and you're like, it's okay, you didn't like me, like I'm fine with it. You just try to be like a positive, bigger person, but deep down, like you really are sad about it. Like you might repress your sadness and just be like, move on. But that's not your deepest feeling. And so it's like all those deepest feelings, like, come on. So, anyway, like all of a sudden today, I just felt like crying. I'm like, this is weird because I haven't cried, like just kind of let it all out, cried in like a really long time. I'm like, is it just coincidence that today is the day where I feel like it's so close to the surface? And no, it's not coincidence. And it's kind of amazing actually because I was just able to like cry like honestly like I haven't cried for years where I could just like let it all out and it was just like right there and tears just came out and then that's a release. It's like a release of trapped emotions and it's so much better to release it and you need to release it and I feel so much better. I mean, I still feel like there is more, but it's very healthy to just release your emotions and it's kind of impossible to do that when you're eating cooked food, I guess, sometimes because it's like suppressing them. And without raw, I've been making sure to get a lot of calories, so I don't feel like it's because I'm, starved. Like I've been making sure this time to eat a lot of bananas. But yeah, I just feel like it's actually really amazing on Raw that you can't suppress your emotions, you have to release them, and as a result, you feel clear and you feel drained and you feel transformed and just lighter and better. So that's kind of a pro and a con, I guess, of going raw. You have to decide if you can deal with your emotions, and we should, but do you want to? Can you? I don't know. So anyway, I just wanted to let you guys in on that. And one thing I did is, because as you guys know, I do pole dancing at the studio called S Factor, and they teach you how to kind of deal with your emotions through dance. So I just put on some sad songs, and I tried to dance it out, and I cried, like, so much. But that's good, and now I feel like some of it was just released, and I can keep doing that. So, yeah, that's all I have to say. Going raw, it's a trip, and the benefits are very profound, and the challenges are very intense as well. So, anyway, I will see you guys later.